Welcome back to my channel. It's not a very nice day here today, but we are going to explore another Brickhouse. This is the Brickhouse Classic. It's a Churchill size. This is another J.C. Newman cigar. The last J.C. Newman we did on the channel was the Diamond Crown. I think it was fantastic. We have smoked a Brickhouse on here and explored it, and that was the Maduro. So this is considered their classic, which is kind of like their sun-grown. Take a look at the cigar band. Pretty simple, nothing fancy. Yeah, I smoked the Maduro on here. It was really good. This Brickhouse is like J.C. Newman's middle of the road towards the upper end, with that Diamond Crown being one of their higher rated cigars. Go ahead and give this a straight cut. We've also got a whiskey pairing today to go with this. Toastiness. Ooh, leaves coming off a little bit. First time that's happened. Little sweetness in there. Pepper. Ooh, this thing's giving me a hard time here. The leaf's pretty busted up. See that? All right, let's get it toasted up and lit. Brought it back up today. So, trying to use a regular lighter, but it's not possible, I guess. I'm dealing with the elements. As you can see, there's some precipitation. But I wanted to get out here, explore, stick with you guys today. What's everybody doing? What's everybody up to? What's everybody drinking? What's everybody smoking today? Give me a comment. Let me know. All right. We'll do our best to work with that leaf, giving us some problems. Okay. Getting some cedar as well. Kind of like a smooth, spicy cedar. This is a Nicaraguan stick. I said Churchill earlier, but it's a 7 1/4 by 50. $9 for this when you buy it by itself. You know, not on sale. This is a $9 stick. I smoked the Maduro. These come in several different sizes. This one, what they call the Classic, comes in a few different sizes. The Maduro only comes in like 3 or 4 sizes. And then they also have what they call a double Connecticut Brickhouse, which I'll be trying someday soon. I like Connecticut's like that. And I noticed the double Connecticut comes in more sizes than the Maduro, but less than the Classic. And smoked a nub on this channel a couple days ago, a week ago, whatever it was. And in this particular offering, in the Classic, they have what they call the teaser, which is a 3 1/2 by 56. The nub is a 3 3/4 by 58. 358 nub. Nubs are come in a few different sizes as well, but they're pretty much standard offering is their 358, which is 3 3/4 by 58. This one comes in a teaser, 3 1/2 by 56. I don't know if they copied the nub. I don't know if the nub was out first. I know the Oliva plant, whatever manufacturer, rolling place, whatever you want to call it, is located in Nicaragua like these guys. So maybe they're buddies. Maybe they have a whiskey together and talk about cigars, and I have no idea. All right, let's get some whiskey in a glass here. Brickhouse is nice. It's kind of like a smoking man cigar. It's not real expensive, but if you get the quality out of it for $9 for a Churchill, I think you're in pretty good shape. Today we've got the Yellowstone toasted 100 proof Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, finished with oak staves. Lebanon, Kentucky. I have drank this before. I even drank it on this channel early on. I was smoking a Tatiana and drank this whiskey. I didn't really care for it. I think it's fine, but it was a little overpriced. It's a $50 whiskey sitting on the shelf in my store, but I got it for $45 back when I tried it the first time, and this time I got it for $45. And the reason I bought it again is because somebody encouraged me to try it again. They said that I may have had a bottle that wasn't that great. I may have just been missing something, but somebody I trust encouraged me to try it again, so we're gonna do it. It's a pretty good cork pull. Nice little mini real cork there, though. All right, we get some in a glass. A little glug glug going on there, a little cork pull. Not too bad. All right, I can smell it from here. Okay, it has that funk on it. It has that funk of 1,000 years. It reminds me of just like a graveyard or some wet, damp wall, piece of stone somewhere. So I suspect that we're not going to get everything out of this the first time. We're going to have to let it air out for a few weeks, but I'll let you know in a minute. We're going to give it a shot. Okay, some air get in the glass at least. Hopefully take some of that funk away from it. Yeah, this is like a golf course, tailgating at a football game, some picnic. This is like perfect for that, the size of it. You know, the gauge isn't obnoxious where you can't talk. You can kind of talk with it in your mouth, you know, and then it's got the length. You know, you're looking for some time to spend. Smoking a casual cigar, this is a pretty good one. I like these J.C. Newman cigars. Obviously, the quorums are the budget. But yeah, these are good. Not getting anything real pronounced out of here. You know, the flavors I'm getting, they're nuanced, kind of light. A little bit of toasty cedar. It's a sweet kind of a cedar too. Toasty and sweet. I didn't know that, but this is a toasted whiskey, so maybe they'll go good together. Sounds like it's going to rain, or the wind's picking up, or both. Yeah, it's good. I like this. I like this kind of a stick. Something that's kind of on the medium-bodied side, medium to light. You can tell it doesn't have that ultra premium feel to it I talk about, like the Diamond Crown did. That one had a more of a premium feel. Again, no whiskey in me yet. This one feels more like a, you know, like a quorum style, like it has medium fillers in it that are just kind of, it's on the above average, but not much above average. All right, before this whiskey gets too cold, let's give this a try. Okay, so I smell, it's the toastedness, but to me, I don't know that I'd say it was toasted. It still has that funk on it. Kind of smells like a public bathroom. I know, not good quality there in that one. A lot of red fruit. Yeah, I don't know that I'd say that's toasted. I think that's what disappointed me about it before. It's not a cheap whiskey, and it was kind of underwhelming flavor-wise. Yeah, it's just not bringing anything that's knocking me out. It's 100 proof too, so you know, they're just distilling their own stuff, distilled and aged. You know, we've embarked on an expedition, the special finishes collection. Yeah, I probably should try something from them. That's like they have like a $70 offering. But then again, I mean, if you're disappointed with their 45, maybe it doesn't make sense to spend more money. I like the cigar more than I like the whiskey. It says that company's been around since 1872. Makes me think of this show Yellowstone with Kevin Costner, but it's not. It's related to Yellowstone National Park. Whew. 7th generation family distillery. Yeah, I should love this. It's Kentucky juice. It's 100 proof. It's toasted. I should love it. I shouldn't even be questioning whether I like that or not. That should just be a home run. Yeah, this cigar's good though. I'm questioning whether or not it's a $9 cigar though. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to explore it and figure it out. I don't want to say it's tight either. It feels maybe slightly tight. And it's humidified perfect. I have it in a humidor at 68.5%. It's perfect. Seems like it's a little tight. But again, you know, it's not giving me a bad draw. It's not unsmokable. You may like them a little tight like that. You know, you may not want a big truckload of smoke in your mouth. Everybody has to do, you know, their own thing, and everybody's going to like what they like. Retro just gives me more sweet, toasty, smooth cedar, which I'm a fan of. I like cedar in cigars. Yeah, not too bad. Just trying to figure out, is this a $9 stick? Feels more like a $6 stick to me. You know, if a quorum's $2, this one doesn't. I don't know about $9 for this. We may have jumped a little higher than we should, price wise. If you've gotten these cheaper than that, let me know. If you've smoked them, let me know. Let me know whatever you know. Leave me a comment. I'm curious what you guys think about these Brickhouses. I don't think I got too many comments on my Maduro Brickhouse video. I don't think there was too many comments on that. I had never even heard of these. As a matter of fact, and I mentioned this in the Maduro video, I just picked it up. It said it was Brickhouse. I just grabbed it. It was a good price. I was like, I'll try it. It's a Maduro. I was into Maduros at the time. Brought it home, started looking at it. Started looking at the, you know, the cellophane, and it said J.C. Newman, and I knew that was Quorum, and, you know. Again, exploration. I had no idea. Like I mentioned in that Diamond Crown video, I didn't even know there was such a thing as Diamond Crown. And then it turns out J.C. Newman makes them, or Arturo Fuente and J.C. Newman makes them. Who knows? Yeah. Definitely like the smoke. I just wondering about the money. It's the same thing with the whiskey. The whiskey's good. I'm just wondering, you know, is it worth $45, $50 plus tax? I paid $45 plus tax. If you look it up now, it's $50 because I bought it a few weeks ago when it was on sale. All right, let's go back to that whiskey now. Just another shot here. Yeah, the funk's a little less. And if you guys ever had that on your whiskey, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's already getting better. Yeah, definitely getting better. Yeah, so that was probably 6 months ago I had this. Something like that. The first bottle I had. I was really into toasted stuff at the time. Anything that said toasted I was going to buy if it was in my budget price range. And I just was really disappointed, but I also don't think that so this is a Beam product. It's Stephen B. Beam is the founder and master distiller. Whenever it says Beam, you know it's it's got to be Jim Beam. It's got to be a family member of his. I don't taste Beam in it though. I don't taste Jim Beam in it. But it's got this cool Yellowstone archway too. I'm sure you saw it, but so I also don't know if I let it air out. Like I might have opened it and just started drinking it and just drank the whole bottle like in a week or so and didn't really let it air out. Like this guy, I'm going to let, after this exploration, I'm going to let it sit for a week or two and then take a little more out of it and see what it's like. You know, I never would have known that whiskeys were like that, that was a thing, but it's like that with a lot of them. With anything that's not like a major, like Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, you know, Maker's Mark, Knob Creek, trying to think of like an Evan Williams, those you don't need to do that to. It's like they don't change. But all these other like kind of smaller ones, they really do open up and get different when you let some air in that bottle. It almost makes me think how long until somebody makes a bottle with space so that air can get in it while it's sitting on the shelf. And then when you take it home, pop the cork, it already has air in there. If air is such a big difference, makes a big deal, why not just put, you know, heck, all of this other stuff we buy has a ton of space in it. You buy chips or whatever, there's potato chips or whatever, there's a big bunch of air in the bag. Why not have a bunch of air in the bottle? You know, there's only this much in the bottle before you open it, before you pour some out. Yeah, this is a nice casual cigar. You could definitely give this to a person just starting out with cigars. Might take them all day to smoke it, you know, being that it's 50, well, 7 1/4 long by 50 gauge. You know, it's a pretty big stick for somebody who's, you know, maybe new. It's got one of those, you know, the leaf on it, other than the part that we had some trouble with here, which I've kind of got that figured out because it's all wet and stuck now. You know, the leaf is not very smooth. It's kind of rough and sandpaper-like I've mentioned in other videos. But again, it's not called a shade grown. They just call it a classic. I'm sorry, it's not called a sun grown. They just call it a classic. But to me, this is a sun grown cigar. That's what it seems like. It seems like it would fit that profile. To go back and look at that Maduro video. I know it wasn't a Churchill. I think it was a pretty big one. It might have even been like a 6x60 Brickhouse Maduro. I wonder what I paid for that. I think these numbers are all flying around my head all day long. I also work with a lot of numbers, which if you work with numbers, you know, it's really strange trying to remember your ATM passcode, stuff like that. But anyway, I think it was $10. 6x60 was $10. This is a 7 1/4 by 50 for $9. So if it was 10, they're right around where they should be as far as like being equal in price. But the Maduro, I remember that Maduro giving me a lot more than this has given me. Also smoked a lot less cigars when I smoked that Brickhouse Maduro than I am, I've smoked a lot more cigars since then. Quite a bit more. I mean, if that video was a month ago, I've smoked a lot more cigars. Probably 50 plus. Somebody asked me, I don't think it was a comment on my video, because I'll comment on other people's videos. If they ask for comments, I'll leave a comment if I think of something worthwhile to say. And somebody had asked, like, what's your smoking frequency? How often do you smoke? And how many days a week and how many cigars a day? And I put 7 days a week, 1, 2, or 3 a day. I don't. It's rare. I've missed a few days recently. One day I wasn't feeling great, but the weather messes me up too. Sometimes I don't feel like going up to the cigar lounge. And if the weather's not cooperating, it's not really enjoyable to freeze while you're smoking a stick. It just isn't nice to shiver while you're smoking. It takes a lot of the enjoyment out of it. So it was a day or two I missed, but for the most part, I mean, I'm smoking every day, and it's 1, 2, or 3. And yesterday I smoked 2. Today this is my first one, but who knows where the day will take me. I'm going to try to smoke another one today, but I might not. I might get busy and just not be able to do it. Plan to make this video. It was supposed to be a lot nicer today. It was supposed to be warmer. It was always going to be wet. It was always going to rain and be damp, but it was supposed to be like 50 degrees, and it's not 50 degrees out here. It's probably about 40. For me, I think, if you're dressed correctly, 50 degrees and up for cigars outside. Anything under 50. I mean, if I got to wear gloves and a scarf, I don't know that it's worth it then. And I think anything under 50 degrees is really not worth it. Yeah, when your nose is running, it's too cold. Thanks for hanging in here. Hope you guys are having a good day and enjoying this video, getting something out of it, hopefully. Well, since I cracked this thing a little bit with my teeth, it's smoking, burning better, I think. Again, I'm not looking to milk that thing. I want to draw on it. And if I want to draw hard, I want to, like I said, a train, truck, whatever, load of smoke. I want a lot. I'm going to give this whiskey the benefit of the doubt. I think it's better than last time, from what I recall. It still has that funk. It's only on the nose, though. It's like a wet brick, like a wet stone. Maybe some just wetness, and it's not really a good thing. And when you take a sip, it's really sweet, and you get like a bright fruit, like a red fruit, like a hard candy fruit. But I'll give it some time. I'll let it air out a little bit. Because I'm getting that like red fruit is very enjoyable on there. It reminds me of, I'll talk about it recently on my channel all the time, but the Russell's 10 with that medicinal cherry, it kind of has a little bit of that. It's not the same as the Russell's, but I wouldn't say it's toasted if you blinded it. I would say it's something, something decent, but I wouldn't say it's a $100 bottle, but I wouldn't say it's a $20 bottle. I'd probably be right around the $50-$60 range. So take that for what it's worth. I mean, maybe it is worth $50 if you like toasted stuff, or if you like stuff that kind of gives you some sort of a fruity, candied fruit. And that's obviously giving me bourbon. It's obviously giving me caramel and vanilla. Yeah, a lot of smoke there. That was good. Give me a comment. Let me know what you guys want me to smoke next. Is there anything you want me to explore? Is there anything you can't get where you live? Or just something that you've had your eye on that you're not sure if you want to try and you want to know about it before you buy it? Let me know. I may even have it. I got quite a bit of stuff. Got too much stuff, as I've talked about before. I have a humidor now, and it's just packed. Matter of fact, now that I said that, I'm trying to think where I even got this Brickhouse at. It had to be Cigars International, but it might have been Fox Cigars. I don't think it was anywhere. It was one of those two. It seems like the kind of cigar you chew on. You chew the end of it, you let it go out, and kind of chew on it while it's out, keep it in your mouth, relight it 3-4 times, because it's not that, the quality's not going to change that much on it. And I mean, gun to my head, I don't know that this is a $9 cigar. I think if you could get it for $6, definitely be worth $6. Who knows where you live? These could be $20 each. People leave me comments all the time about the cigars I'm smoking, and they're like, "Be happy you paid $14 for that cigar. That cigar is $29 where I live." I get it. I do. There's a lot of tax on a lot of places. Have a lot of tax on cigars. I don't think it's that bad where I live in Pennsylvania. I don't think the cigars are taxed that bad. I think that's why they're pretty affordable. Yeah, this wouldn't be an exploration hobby of mine if they were real super expensive. I probably would have just stuck with budget stuff. I kind of wanted to stick with budget stuff and then just got sort of led down a path of non-budget stuff. If you watch my early videos, it's all quorums and, Tatianas. And Tatiana's a cigar I'll just never smoke again. Sorry if you like those. I just can't stand them. Every time I smoke it, I just get angry. Last one I smoked was months ago, and I threw it away halfway through. It's just, I can't smoke it if it doesn't, if it puts stuff in my mouth like like at the end. If you look at the end of a quorum, it's just like the cigarette tobacco. It's just dried, basically powdered, chipped up tobacco, and I can't deal with it. I'm too spoiled now. I like this jacket. It's like a brown, almost like a, not a fighter pilot, but like a, I don't know. That's what it makes me think of, like some sort of a military jacket. I like it. I've had it for so long, I don't even remember where I got it. This jacket must be like, I don't know, 15 years old, something like that. It's older than somebody watching us. Yeah, I gotta just be honest. Like I always am with you guys. It's just getting better and better. The cigar, I don't know if it's worth 9. This worth 45. It's possible. It's possible. It might even be worth $50. This depends on what you're trying to get out of it. If this was 90 proof, I'd be maybe outright dismissing it, or you would never have seen it today. Because it's 100 proof, I just like a little proof. It call me crazy, but it just makes me feel like I'm getting more value out of it. You know, because if they proof it down to 90, it's like you could have gave me more. You know, and I've mentioned this in other videos. Proof it down yourself if it's too strong. I'd rather it be too strong and have to add a couple drops of water than have it be too weak. Can't make it stronger, right? I'm trying to figure out if it has a good finish. That's another important thing with whiskey, and I don't talk about it enough on this channel. You know, it's important how the whiskey finishes. It shouldn't disappear right away in your mouth. It should stick around, and it's sticking around. I guess really my biggest complaint, if I even had one, was that it has that funky smell. It just doesn't smell good. It kind of smells, there's no really other way to describe it. Like it smells like a public restroom. It doesn't smell like shit, but it just smells like, kind of like yucky. I don't know. I'm about a half hour into this stick, and I don't even think we're halfway. I really like the retro on this. I keep retroing because I really like it. I really enjoy it. You know, a lot of these sun and shade grown, I get nut, like cashew, almond, peanut, you know, peanut shells sometimes. I'm not getting any nuts on this thing. It's like toasty cedar, sweet and toasty. It's very enjoyable. Really can't complain. I just don't know if it's worth $9. I also don't know, I've been thinking about this too. I also don't know if I walk into a humidor, if I'm going to grab one of these and sit in a lounge and smoke it. You know, that's part of the test, in my opinion, on this stuff. You know, especially if I paid $9 from a superstore, and this is going to be 11, 12 in a humidor at a cigar shop, I definitely ain't grabbing it for 11 or 12. No way. No way. Maduro, I might, because I smoked it before. But now after smoking this, I wouldn't grab this for the price. I'm going for something else. I'm going for something I either didn't have before that just intrigues me and I want to try, or something I did have that I know is worth it. I think that's an animal, but I can't tell what animal it is. You see it there? Are those monkeys? I can't tell what that is, what animal that's supposed to be. J.C. Newman here. I do know this is definitely one of the best parts of my day. So I'm glad you guys are here with me, hanging out. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself too. I don't usually do this, but I'm gonna go grab something real quick and just try something real fast. Sit tight, I'll be right back. All right, so a buddy of mine gave me this bottle of Larceny. So you see this, it's the big boy one too. It's the half-gallon one. So, and for those of you not familiar, a half-gallon like this has 2.5 fifths in it. So he gave me this, and I've had this before. I even had it on my channel. And he saw the video, and he was like, I know you like that Larceny. Do you want this bottle? He can't stand it. So I thought, what the heck? Let me try this. Let's do a little splash of this. All right, let me do the cork pull for you guys. Good one, real good. Do a little splash of this Larceny here. And then go back to the Yellowstone. Hopefully this Larceny doesn't break my table. It's such a big bottle. Show you the back of this guy too. This is the new label. Not that anybody cares, but this is what Larceny's new label looks like on their small batch. It's a similar proof to this Yellowstone. Larceny's 92, Yellowstone's 100. Let me just see what we got going on here. See, this doesn't have that funk on it. Whoa. Whoa. Holy. Okay. So I just wanted to see how much different. Like this Larceny is a wheated bourbon, so it is different than the Yellowstone. The Yellowstone's a finished, not a wheated. All right, now I'm back to the Yellowstone. And I know I'm breaking some rules here, using the same glass. I wasn't planning on doing this, so I'm kind of going on the fly here, sort of improvising as I go. I just wanted to grab something to see what the difference would be. And maybe it would help Yellowstone, or it could also hurt Yellowstone here. All right, let's give that another minute. Sit there, let it chill out. Go back to this Brickhouse. Yeah, it's tasty. I like that calm drag on there. To chew the smoke a little. It's peppery in a good way. It'll probably get more peppery as you get down to the last third. I'd say we're close to halfway. All right. So we had the Larceny. Wow, such a good cork pull on that. I know. Who puts 2 whiskeys in one video? Me, apparently. Yeah, it changed it, which is what I was hoping it would do. So what it did was, it just made the toasted, the you know, what do they call it on here? The special finish stand out more. So I do that a lot, not on camera, but I do that a lot when I'm drinking whiskey. I will drink 2 or more together, an ounce or 2 each, nothing crazy, just to see if one will change the other one and make something happen that wasn't there before. Yeah. Yeah, it's just so much different now. And now I'm doing some math here, right? And I don't think that a half a gallon is 2.5 bottles. It's 2.5 fifths. I think it's 2.25 fifths. So 750 plus 750 would be 1.5 liters. Or a third? 0.5 liters and a third. It might be 2 1/3 fifths in a half gallon. Wow. My math is sad today. Let me know in the comments if my math is right. If it is, I guess right now, if I had to guess, it's 2 1/3 fifths in a half a gallon. Some bad math today. Like I said, I'm a little burned out on numbers right now. See how the cigar is kind of out? Looks like it's only, what, a third or half lit. I like that a little bit. That's probably a no-no in the cigar world, but I like when it kind of goes out a little bit. I like that. I call it a calm draw, calm drag. To me, it doesn't taste like it's out. It just looks and feels like it. But I mean, I could get this thing going in a second. Ooh, wow. A lot of creamy cedar there. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. This point in the video, 40 minutes into a stick, this is where the bourbon and the cigar start dancing around, start liking each other. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, this thing has some leaf issues though. But once it got wet from me spitting all over it, it's fine. It's not gonna come off. I was a little worried in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of looking like it was just gonna unravel. You guys notice a lot of channels on YouTube have been doing like their advent calendar, doing like 24 or 25 straight days of drinking whiskey or smoking cigars. That's a lot. That's a big commitment. 24 or 25 days straight. I can tell some of them, though, they're not recording each day. They're recording like 2 or 3 videos at once and then, acting like it's a different day. I mean, that's cool. I get it. Maybe better to just knock 2 or 3 out than post them each day and then, knock 2 or 3 more out, post it. And it's a lot to keep track of, though. I guarantee you there's some pen and paper involved in that. Now, when I just smelled this, my brain told me it was Larceny. My brain was like, yeah, you're drinking Larceny. It's right in front of you. It's not. This is Yellowstone. Wow, that was worth it. It changed it. It changed it and made it better. If it gets any better, if it keeps getting better, then my friend was right. Because he told me, he said, it's you. He's like, you're the problem. He's kidding, but he's like, it's good. He's like, you like stuff like that. He knows me. He's been my friend for a long time. Definitely halfway. There's that cap that I always talk about. Came off perfect. It's a good sign of quality right there. I know I was trashing this stick a little bit in the beginning. I still am not sure if it's worth $9. Maybe I overpaid. Maybe you're watching this going, it's not a $9 cigar. You got ripped off. Wouldn't be happy if I got ripped off, but if this is really a $6 or $7 cigar, then it's probably worth it. Everybody do all their holiday shopping. I don't have a whole lot to do, but most of what I have to do is already done. Some Secret Santa stuff, some family stuff. This just looks like a car accident right here. I mean, it's just a mess looking. The leaf is just like mangled up. But like I said, it's not really affecting anything. It's just not extremely luxurious to put in your mouth. Still better than a quorum. I mean, see, man, I'm all over the place today. Better than a Tatiana? And it is actually better than a quorum, too. But I can get 4.5 quorums for $9, so. And I can't even get 2 Tatianas for $9. They're like $5 a piece. Pepper's increasing. It's still got that smooth, sweet cedar toastiness. It's all toasted up like the whiskey. Starting to give me a little bit of a buzz. Starting a little lightheaded. Been really cranking on this thing. Yeah, I think maybe this cigar, while it may have been humidified correctly, it just may have been sort of a little bit dry to start with. You can see a crack in the leaf there too. Again, I'm not saying that it's anything wrong with where I got this, and I'm storing it correctly, but it just may have been a little dry. Maybe it was dry when I got it. Who knows? These cigars don't come with expiration dates on them, so you don't know how old they are. Cigar could be 2 years old. Who knows? I would hope not, but I have no idea. I like that. When you take a good draw, when you exhale, well, yeah, I guess it's exhale, even though you didn't really inhale, right? You let the smoke out of your mouth, whatever you want to call it. It leaves this like smooth, cedary, sweet pepper on your tongue. On tip of your tongue. It's kind of nice. Yeah, it's good. It's a second little piece of tobacco I got in my mouth, though. Still a big deal. Just pointing out everything for you guys. We're exploring it, so let's explore it. Yeah, that has gotten better and better and better and better. I feel like this video is so dark. Hope you guys can see. Hope this isn't a terrible video. There's just no natural light out here at all. Yeah, I'm really excited. Like, I'm excited right now. Don't get me wrong. I'm really excited to try that Yellowstone toasted in a couple days. At least a week. At least a week. That's going to sit in my cabinet for minimum a week. Probably 2. At some point, maybe I'll make a video and go back to some of these whiskeys that were sort of questionable when I explored them on my channel and talk about them all. Yeah, that's a really good quality of this cigar. A really good quality. Like when that sweet, smooth, cedary pepperiness is really good. I'm gonna take the cigar band off, even though we're not that close, but I'm gonna take it off anyway. Make sure this thing isn't gonna fall apart. And the leaf's coming off a little bit, but it's nothing that's gonna stop me from finishing it. Take a look at the cigar band together. Brickhouse, and then they've got their little QR code on the back. Some residue on the wrapper, on the band here, I mean. See what I mean? The leaf's coming off a little bit in 2 places, right there and right there. See, it wants to unravel right there. Again, these are not reasons to not buy and smoke this cigar. You know, I had a Perdomo, Lot 23, that practically fell apart. It was like splitting open. So, you know, you don't know the age of these sticks, you know, how old they are, how many hands they've changed. There's just no way to tell. It'd be nice if they put a manufacturer stamp on there, like if they put on there it was produced in, you know, September of 23 or, you know, something like that. And some whiskeys do that, like those Jack Daniels single barrel little pirate bottles that I had on the channel. They tell you when it was bottled, then you know how old the juice is. It would be nice if they told you how, you know, when these cigars were rolled, then you would just know. And even if it was old, you know, as long as it was taken care of the way it's supposed to, it wouldn't make a difference. You know, people age cigars for 20, 30, 40 years. It would just be nice to know if this is a newer stick. Like, is this 6 months old? Is this a month old? Is this 2 years old? No idea. You would assume, being this type of a budget, you know, it's not a budget-friendly stick, but not a high-end. You would think it's pretty new. You'd think they'd move these pretty quick. I'm sure this is somebody's everyday smoker. If we're talking about money, I like a $5 everyday smoker. You know, $2 to $5, quorum to $5, basically. Getting into the last third of this. Hasn't changed much. What I get out of it is just increased. I really like the exhale on this. It's really nice. Right now. Yeah, it's good. Kind of got a little rubber there, like a new tire kind of taste. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know yet. Definitely going to try the double Connecticut in this, though. I tried the other two already. Might as well try the third one. Just got to get my hands on one. I don't have one right now. I wish the teaser, the 3.5 by 56, came in the double Connecticut. I'd like to try that. And maybe I'd even put that against the nub. I do have another nub too. I think it's the Habano. I think I have a Habano and a Cameroon nub. I'm going to explore those. Got another offering from 5 Vegas. Smoked 2 of their sticks so far. I'll talk about it more when I explore the third one. I have a lot to say about the Vegas Big 5. That was a box of 10 I bought, 6 by 60 Gordos. I have a lot to talk about with those because I've obviously explored. You know, I opened the box on this channel and looked at and explored one of the sticks. And it was kind of interesting. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about this, but it was kind of sour. And I want to tell you guys and talk about what happened with the rest of them, because I've gotten through quite a bit of those 10. At least half of them. I've smoked at least 5 of them so far. I don't even know which. I have a third one, but I don't even remember what kind it is. I have to look it up. I also have another Gurkha. I explored 2 Gurkhas on here, but I have a third Gurkha to explore. So I got a couple nubs. I got a Gurkha. I got a Vegas. I've got another Perdomo. All that stuff's coming up on this channel. Stay tuned. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you're still here, you're probably subscribed because you probably like what you see. And thank you if you're still here. I appreciate that. Like my video. Again, I don't know what any of this means. I've seen some YouTube channels where the people are pretty clueless. I may fall into that category of pretty clueless. I know when you subscribe that means you're going to see more of my content when it gets posted. You're going to get a feed of it. You know, they're going to say, hey, watch this video from this guy you're subscribed to. So that's probably why I want you to subscribe. I don't even know what liking a video even does. I guess it makes it more, maybe it gets suggested to more people when you like a video. I don't know. Now that I'm a content creator, I always, like and subscribe to people's channels. I like their videos and subscribe to their channel just to support people. It's a lot of work making videos like this. It seems like it wouldn't be. It's like, oh, you just turn the camera on, but there's a lot of preparation and thought that goes into this, even with a channel like mine that's not scripted. No script, no edits, but still a lot of work. There's a lot of thought, a lot of time that goes into these videos. I never realized that. I was just one of those people that assumed, oh, you just turn the camera on and it's just magic happens. But you hear that gunshots. There's a gun range near me, and I've mentioned this in other videos, but these guys, whoever is over there shooting at that gun range, they do not care what the weather's like. It can be 20 freaking degrees and windy and raining and snowy, and you'll hear it pop, 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 pop. I mean, I don't know what your feelings are on gun rights in this country, in America, but I do know this, that good luck coming in here, any other country. You're going to feel a resistance like you've never felt before. I can guarantee that. I'm not even a gun guy, but I think there's like 4 gun ranges near me. And again, I'm in southeastern Pennsylvania. I said this a million times, just outside of Reading, PA, Reading, Pennsylvania. I don't even think this is a big gun area, and we have 4 gun ranges. So just imagine. Smoke is getting like thicker and browner. Ash is getting kind of like that gray, sort of brownish look to it. See how thick it is, how brown it is? It's giving me the same thing though. It's good. Just thinking out loud, I think Yellowstone's typical offerings like $36, $37. So you get this extra, this special finishes collection. It's put in another barrel, or maybe not another barrel, but toasted oak staves are added to the barrel. For an extra $10, depending on how long they're aging it. If the proof goes up, I got to look into the other Yellowstone, do some research, try and leave some information in the description as far as the difference between this and their regular offering. Whether it's worth an extra, if it's 37 for the regular, this is 50 retail, MSRP. Is it worth another 13 bucks? I've never had the other Yellowstone. Never had any other Yellowstone besides this one. The cigar is literally giving me stuff in my mouth. That's like the fourth time that happened. I don't understand what's going on. It doesn't bother me. It just isn't the ultra premium stick that you get. That Diamond Crown from them was just super premium. Even the Quorums, I don't get anything in my mouth. Kind of busting apart a little bit there. See the smoke coming out. And again, this might have a lot to do with me biting on it too, and cracking it and busting it up down here. It's got a nice like hole right there. See that? Yeah, the flavor's great though. I wonder why they would make this cigar in 3 different offerings. Double Connecticut, the Classic, and the Maduro, and only make the teaser, aka their nub, in the Classic. Look them up. If you go on their website, if you go on JC Newman's website, look up Brickhouse. It's strange because they only have the Maduro has like 3 or 4 sizes. And I'm not sure if the Double Connecticut has like limited sizes as well, but then the Classic has like 8 sizes. Like, it's crazy. Again, who am I to question these cigar manufacturers and what they do and why they do it? Running any business is crazy hard and making a profit, so they know what they're doing. So you got over an hour on this thing. And again, that's me pounding on this stick. So you could probably, you're what, an hour or 5 minutes more plus, an hour and 5 minutes plus. You could probably get an hour and a half out of this. Something like that. Depending on what kind of smoker you are. Yeah, so to summarize everything, the toasted 100 proof Yellowstone special finishes collection for 45 bucks at this point, I'd say is worth it. If your budget allows you to spend 45, it might make sense to try it. I'm going to let that bottle air out. To be sure. Another pro tip when you're drinking whiskeys, if you have more than one, try them together. It could bring out the best in one or the other one, or it could mess something up. But either way, try it. I think when I brought this Larceny out here and tried it, it improved the Yellowstone. So that could be worth $45, $50. Right now, I'd say go for it. The stick, though, as good as it is, and it is good. If you like sweet, smooth, peppery cedar, it's worth it. But I don't know that it's a $9 cigar. And I'm hoping, for the point of exploration, that I paid too much. If I paid too much, that's great. I'd rather waste $3 to find out that, or spend $3 too much than to find out this is a $6 stick. And then, let's go. Party time. Sign me up. I'm into it. If this is a $9+ stick, probably not worth it. Get yourself a Perdomo for $10, $11, $12. Get yourself a lot of other things, basically. Like I said, if I go into a humidor, certainly not, even for $9, I'm not reaching for this stick. If I'm smoking at a lounge, when I smoke at a lounge, I like to explore new stuff, or at least have something I know I'm going to love. Because you have to assume you're paying a premium. There's been instances where I got lucky. I told you before, I had a LFD Chapter 1 that I got for $10 at a cigar lounge before. I almost felt bad paying that for it. I hope it was 10 or 12. I think it was 10. I don't even remember what video it was. I talk about it where I said that the guy said there was no price, and I was buying my brother and me a stick, and I said, "Oh, you got the LFD Chapter 1s, how much?" And he's like, "What do you want to pay for it?" And I think I said $10, and he was like, "All right." Cigar world's weird right now. I got into it at a point now where it's like the Wild West. You don't really know what things should cost or what, I've talked about the Gurkha. The Gurkha gets crapped on, and my experience with Gurkha has been nothing but good. So it's just hard to tell. I think in literally the late 90s is when cigars were, at their height of popularity. I mean, that's 25 years ago now. I'm really late to the game. Better late than never. I mean, we're coming up, we're at almost 75 minutes on this stick. So an hour and 15 minutes for a Churchill. And I think you could definitely get an hour and a half. Yeah, pretty good. Starting to get a little bitter, a little. You're getting to the nub now. Starting to get a little hot, a little more spicy, a little bitter. Still nice, still enjoyable. All right, a lot of information in this video, guys, a lot. I'm gonna finish up smoking this nub. Got maybe 10 minutes left. Leave me a comment, let me know what you guys think. Look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care of yourself and each other, and I will see you guys then.